Hey guys, welcome back to FIFA 23 Brighton career mode. Guess what? A back-to-back day upload right here. Haven't done this for a while, but you know what? Eventually it's has to be done and I decided to choose it today. Will there be an upload of the Brighton career mode? I don't know, but hopefully we can, or at least I can, um, you know, kind of keep up with it, something that I'm still trying to work on. But you know what? Enough talks. We are going to dive into today's episode. Right here, we are playing the first three games today against. I think the first game we're playing against was it West Ham. West Ham at home, Newcastle, and then later on Liverpool. And at the same time, we are going to wrap up with the summer transfer window. Again, we have roughly around 27 million to work with. But of course, we did put a few of the attackers in there on the transfer list or transfer hub. Hopefully, we can sign him or them eventually towards the end of the summer transfer window. We definitely need another additional striker. Again, we sold Sima to Wolverhampton, which only leaves us with only 3 strikers. And honestly, I don't think that's enough with the whole injury frequency thing that was going on within the game. So, you know what, if one player is injured or, of course, the most common injury, the most common long-term injury in the game is actually the broken toe. To be honest, it's the whole injury, thing within the game is so broken to the point where, you know, players get broken toe, but honestly, ask yourself, how often will a player get a broken toe from playing football? Barely. Honestly, it's insane to even think about that, to be honest. So I hope the game gonna change that eventually. I felt like the fact that you know what, the game should add a little bit more of varieties of injuries in there. For example, they picked up a knock in training. Again, you only get injured while playing the game, but never actually get injured while during warm up or during a training session. I hope they add a little bit of the element to it. Same as Football Manager, pretty much. I hope they, with the whole injury system that's going on within the game, I hope that they are going to kind of copy what Football Manager does. Like, oh, we get picked up a knock a few days before the game from training, blah blah blah, anything like that. And of course, having a different variety of injury instead of the good old bruised shoulder, broken toe, and also ACL. But you know what? I think in my own career mode that I did with the Creative Club, I remember there's a season where at least I have three of my main players picked up an ACL injury, which was very frustrating as well. But you know what? That's what happened when I turned up the injury severity. So it's totally fine, but of course, at the end of the day, I really do hope that FIFA is going to change that. So drawing in the first game against West Ham, despite we have a few chances, West Ham also got a few chances as well, but unfortunately, it was not good enough to surpass them. Well, at least we got a point from it, to be honest, so I'm okay with it, compared to the last few seasons where I don't think we won the first game. I think we did won the first game in the first season or second season, but you know what? We have to keep the momentum going. We later on keep receiving a lot of offers for our loan players, Nicholson or Nichols, our goalkeeper. Again, he is going to be loaned out for sure, and of course we received quite a lot of offers for a defender, for example Simbacan, Kilman, and also Bella Kochap. Again, Bella Kochap kind of fell out of favor after signing Kim Min Jae, but again, Bella Kochap would be an amazing backup or amazing rotational player. I know considerably he is the fastest among his peers in the club in terms of the defender's position. So we definitely need him, or he will play a very crucial role eventually in this career mode or in this team. And later on, right here, second game in this episode against Newcastle United at home this time, not playing away this time, which is honestly a very good thing. We have Lamptey on the right hand side, crosses in the middle to Sesko again, going for the same old route, which is, cross from the side, and hopefully we can pick up Sesko or Joe Gilhart in the middle. Hopefully heads the ball in 27 minutes here. We could have a chance right there. Could have probably scored the first goal, but again, not very crucial or very clinical in front of goal. And later on, 29 minutes, and here comes Sesko looking for a pass in the middle to Holecek, and this time a much better finish right there. Took his time, but again, it's more importantly his composure to take that shot was pinpoint perfect, and we scored the first goal just like that in the 2024 season, if I'm correct, and was first goal of the new campaign. 34 minutes in, here comes Joe Gilhart. What a great finish again. A left-footed striker, very talented striker as well, and just curves that one in to a far left corner, and I believe Nick Pope didn't really have a chance to make that save. But 48 minutes in, literally, we are in the extra time, but Martinez, and this is why we signed him. He kept a clean sheet last time against West Ham with quite a lot of good saves, and more importantly, he is pretty much the type of play that we'd be wanting. A goalkeeper, even though he is older than Robert Sanchez by 5 years, but that experience, that quality of him that he has in the game is something that we really do want or really do need. And right here, we receive another offer for Kilman as well. I think at this point, just kind of pointless when I keep rejecting offers when I know that I'm not going to sell to them regardless of the price, to be honest. But there's certainly other players that I might be thinking about or thinking about selling. But at this point, no plans, to be honest. But you know what? This is the thing that we've been craving for, which is the the draw in the Conference League. Right here, we got 3 teams. I really don't know how to pronounce any of those teams, so I'm gonna butcher it. So eventually, when it comes to the episode where I have to pronounce the name, I will do a little bit of research, and hopefully I'll be able to pronounce the name. To be honest, I'm sure one of them it's a Turkish name, but I don't know the other two, to be honest. So, but you know what? Honestly, in the Conference League or in the Europa League, if you never heard of a team before, and you know that you have a favorable advantage in the group, most likely you're gonna win all the games. That's what I think, to be honest. Every time I play this game is where when you play a team that you never heard of, even though when you put a very weaker side on your side, then the probability of you winning the game would be pretty high. But moving on to the last game in this episode, where we are playing against Liverpool again, big team as well. Honestly, not quite sure what is happening with Liverpool in real life. Apparently, they're sitting at 7th or 6th or something like that. Again, they have been having a horrible season, and of course, I saw a lot of Liverpool fans where they believe they might have a chance to end up in the top 4 Champions League spot. But you know what, to be fair though, even though we're halfway through the season and apparently they are not going to make any changes, I don't think they will be making signing anybody before the transfer window. But with the squad that they have, the fact that their squad is aging in a way, so I don't think they're going to do well in this season. They might get top 6, but top 4 would be a little bit of a stretch for them. But more importantly, going back to today's game, 88 minutes in, Matanovic to Torres, and we scored just like that. The last 2 minutes of the game, one through ball from Matanovic to our newly signed player, attacking midfielder, Pablo Torre, and he scored a last-minute goal to end this August with the fashion. And of course, moving on to pretty much the last few hours of the transfer window, we have decided, or at least I have decided, to go for Jean-Philippe Mateta, again, formerly playing for the Crystal Palace, 27-year-old, 79 rated. Again, not a very, very highly rated player. Again, I don't think he will grow beyond 80 with his rating. But certainly he is going to be a big part of our team. I think he is definitely going to help the team in the way. I think he's the right profile, strong, very good in the air, and actually he's very quick as well. So I decided to go for him, and approximately we still have a few million to spend. Hopefully we'll use that money to spend it on the January transfer window. But for the summer transfer window, we're pretty much done here, and Mateta has joined the club as our 5th signing of the season. And of course, he will be wearing that number 11 as well. Has that something special tag on him? But you know what? I'm pretty sure it's a kind of a bug, because if you have that tag on, you are most likely going to end it up at high 80s or low 90s. But that would be the end of the transfer window. Five signings, five solid signings. But again, they might not be my starters, all of them, but they certainly are going to play a great role for us. Again, we have the European competition going on. We have Carabao Cup, we have FA Cup. If we're lucky enough to stay in the four tournaments, in the same time period, I think having that type of squad depth that we have right here will certainly help us a lot. Again, we have quite a lot of decent players, and of course some of the players still has potential to grow, so we are kind of risking on that as well. So they have to be ready when we call upon them, to be honest. But you know what, but the majority of the young players that I've signed, I think they have been pretty good, to be honest. Jacob Ramsey, Gavi, and a few more as well. But certainly Caicedo, I think Caicedo has been great for us as well. But again, he is pretty much playing as our fifth center mid, and of course, due to the fact that I barely use him, he used to have a showing great potential tag, but right now I don't think he has it anymore. But you know what, he will still be in the club for the next couple of years, until if I receive a nice offer from him. So we are from a club, getting him. But honestly, who knows? With the squad that we have, it looks pretty solid. And we are going to end off looking at the Premier League table. So far, unbeaten in the first three games. Again, a very solid, a very positive start in this 2024 campaign, with 2 wins and 1 draw. But of course, Man City winning all 3 games. And surprisingly, Nottingham Forest won all 3 games as well. So wow, honestly, maybe Nottingham Forest could be the next Leicester City back in 2015, 2016. But anyway, guys, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys in a bit.